G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in mini motorways. It's going to ask me if I want to start a new city because Vancouver did just open, and so I did the expert mode where genuinely I hit the achievement requirement and I'm like, I'm done. Okay, so we've got all 9 motorways to start with. All weekly choices are doubled, I guess, which is a little bit of a bummer that we can't get any motorways, and it is the week of the 10th of June. So even though we've got those motorways, obviously we want to try and avoid using them as long as possible. It's interesting the way that it will dump this very initial starting point that Vancouver goes with, because it's almost completely blocking out this this section here, similar to Wellington, and that's the sort of energy I get from this map. Is it's similar to Wellington in that you're always chasing your tail. So you'll sort of look at it and go, oh, you know what we really need? Say right now, it'd be great to have a roundabout. But by the time that this week ends, I have a different need that more pressingly say needs a roundabout. And so I'm going for that. And cool, I can come back to this. But then once I'm sort of getting towards that, then something else comes up. So basically it's always that there's an issue that you always have to address, and you're always just one step behind. Wellington, it's murder, and Vancouver is considered the hardest level based on where they put it, because if the level's slightly easier, they will say exactly that. I finally got it. I could put it right here, and what happens? What happens? Filthy. So that does suggest that this is meant to be difficult. Normally they won't put a level as the hardest, just because the level's new doesn't mean it'll be the very last level. They actually will correctly sort of like stack them in where they think they are in difficulty. So just gonna change this a little bit. I'm gonna bounce him up slightly. And this guy here, I'm gonna bounce down slightly, because I want these two guys to have the option of getting more company. I'm just gonna motorway them. If I had a bridge, I could connect blue slightly more directly, but it wouldn't solve that problem of being able to get up here. And this is a problem anyway, because we can fit a roundabout for these guys. It's going to be there. It's not a great position. It's really the closest this can have for both of them. Luckily, because we've got so many motorways, we can sort of just shift them around and they'll accept it. Though annoyingly, now we've got to get rid of that so that this guy can connect. And then we can re-add it. It just means they're going to sort of be heading backwards on that motorway. But the level is already giving me that real strong energy of like, oh, you solved a problem? Cool, here's another one. Bridges. Now we will give these guys the luxury of going a little bit further south. It does also clear out again space for this pink neighborhood that we've got here. I actually feel like this should go there. It's just so ugly when they sort of have to be like flip around and go back the other way. Not great that everyone is currently set up to be two destinations sharing one set of houses, but all of our communities are very much part of each other at this point. Like, we don't have like separate yellows or separate pinks or anything, so I don't think at this stage, where we haven't even gotten 100 deliveries yet, we need to be fully separating them out. This is definitely a pain that both yellow and blue are set up in ways that we can't really give them a roundabout to separate them out. But I mean, we can only possibly get one more destination maybe on this peninsula, and even then we could block it out if we really wanted to. Well, we very quickly used 2 bridges, so let's get more bridges. Actually, we can get guys on this top shore as well, so imagine he can't connect there. So again, let's get rid of that. Let's disconnect that guy, because we'll let the motorway go out that way. That's a little bit cleaner than how it looked before. We'll get these 2 guys to bounce up there. Hopefully not a permanent fix for this north pink, because we really don't want to be just burning through our motorways. It's unlikely that we're really going to have need for all 9 motorways anyway, but especially early on, I don't feel like you want to just be using them, because that's going to become a problem even further along. I feel like, well, especially while I've got so early on so many roundabouts, I should be using more of them, but I don't feel like there's the space for them. The little communities we've got so far don't really have a need for them. Okay, so now we actually might have a need for a roundabout. We can kick them in there. We can do that with these guys. And we can do that. So our yellows are now 2 separate neighborhoods. Sort of like this almost cohesion in this. Again, this is probably one that's actually a good setup for a roundabout. Okay, yellow all the way up there. What are we going to do with you? Well, I like the idea that I don't need to have the blues travel over water. We'll do that. Tell you what, if I had one more yellow here, I think that either way, let's get rid of that road. These guys can go straight up. Round about there. And then how many more roundabouts? And handy to have another one. Let's wait for this road to clear. Can I steal a roundabout off someone temporarily? I'm gonna take yours again, fellas. Can I fit a roundabout anywhere? Where did I want it? Here. Yeah, there. Now it's not for connecting these 2 roads. That music became very ominous very quickly. Where I've paused that. It's for the blues to get over that way, and then yellow can just be a straight shot. So they're actually slightly closer than where these guys were. I do want to give this blue on the right a roundabout back. What are you going to do with green? I don't love it, but I guess we can give them a motorway too for now. This blue road suddenly became a real pain because everyone has to get across it. Okay. Run out of roundabouts and I do have a need for them. So again, this is what I was talking about, that I'm chasing my tail. I was going to say I might need tunnels for here, this top bit, but at the moment I can just get around that for pink anyway. So let's go back to the roundabouts. Give these guys their roundabout back. Let's put a roundabout in here Move that to there. Connect that guy. Connect that guy. I also think that I need to do this. Give these blue a second option of these southern guys to connect to. Alright, and again, let's go a motorway. Connecting this huge blue neighborhood down the bottom does certainly soften my resolve for keeping this blue on the far left, especially while he's on his own, because this blue in the south just sort of like standalone, he's actually closer. And I think that's the final nail in the coffin there, that you're in the way of another blue. Alright, can we fit any roundabout sort of in here at all? Yes. Let's move this to here. That guy there, that one there, and then we'll run him up that way. We will then turn extra 3 guys there. Can run this guy up and around if we do really want to keep him. Don't need to, but he's there. This one guy, if you got some friends, I won't worry about connecting you yet. I think there's enough guys on this right-hand side taking care of the 2 blues on the north shore, and we did reconnect that blue on the left, so we're in an urgent need for him. Pink seems like it needs a bit more support at the top, and it's certainly not wrong. There are 2 houses taking care of those 2 guys at the top. Let's get this 3rd guy in support. We've got a 4th pink house on that road as well, so that makes life a little bit easier for them. That is a really nice get of a blue destination. We're not going to use traffic lights, so let's go bridges. I realized that this this green house sitting on the peninsula is actually the closest house to the green destination on the peninsula. But also, if he got more friends, he could also go north and be the closest one for these guys at the top. He's actually by far the best positioned house of anyone. Red does not care for being nearby. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to let that disappear. Again, blue has become an inconvenience. We've got 5 networks. Let's just run that one to there. These guys are going to very soon get a tunnel. Solve that problem, but until we get that, I'm gonna have to use my motorway. Well, he has now gotten friends, and I do have 4 bridges. So let's get rid of that road there. Let's have that guy separated out. Every time we can separate 2 of these destinations apart, it's certainly a victory. I mean, we don't need that roundabout anymore, and we can move those guys to there. Okay. So, where do we get houses for this guy here? Because my initial reaction is that I move this motorway to him, and then these three guys now take care of both of them again. Ugh. Alright. Go up and around for this. That guy face up. Is it gonna have to be these three guys? I mean, I want to be really conservative. I don't know, we need more tunnels. Oh no, I've got to wait for that tunnel to return. I want to be really conservative with my stuff. I can just run this as high into the mountains as possible, and then across, down. Alright, we can see that this circular destination up here isn't doing great. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move that motorway from where it was to there. I'm going to get rid of that entirely. We've still got 3 bridges. Actually, that's running all the way across the bottom. Those are the 2 auxiliary houses though, so maybe what we can do... run that into there, that into there. So that leaves 6 houses exclusively looking after that circular destination. Which, by the way, we don't have that many circular destinations. We've been real lean on that. It also feels like that would suggest we're going a lot slower and putting score on the board. But 2, we've got that 1 yellow bottom left, and that 1 blue bottom left, and that guy. So, we want to get this. I'm liking this neighborhood that's showing up over here for me, and that one. So let's now move this motorway to. That's another one where we really don't need a motorway. You could just turn around, come up, and cut across. Let me think. Do I want to do that? Let's get rid of it. Let's go up, 2, 3, those 5. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. This guy can go straight across and burn through the rest of our reserve. I think I'm 1 too far. I think we want to cut at that point there. That guy can have 3. Then this guy can cut that way. In fact, I don't think there's any reason that we can't now that there's 4 guys over here. That we can do this, do this, move that to here, roundabout's still there, and then we wait momentarily. Bridges. Well, there's only 1 yellow north of here that's actually using those houses. So let's just give 2 guys to that southern one. This yellow here is not looking fully stocked, so let's get him another house. That roundabout still hasn't gone yet, so we're just going to wait for that to disappear. There it goes. So then we can move that motorway to there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We can connect those two guys, and then figure out if there's anything we want to do with these two guys. Possibly what we can do is just run them up, and they can be the back for that circular destination. Go there. I do feel like we're understaffed for these two houses up here, and we do have a current problem where they're not building that bridge fast enough. So what I'm just quickly going to do here is go do that. Just to let those guys go up and help those two pinks that have now suddenly overloaded because we've had them running without anything for too long. And what we can also do is just quickly build a bridge here and let houses from that section too. So just quickly, Pink, can you just sort of move around and save yourself every which way? Still have 5 motorways, so we've successfully sort of gained more motorways than what we had. Alright, I'm now going to delete that bridge. Make those two guys connected to the ugliest little road. Yellow has been real weird about all this. So what I think we can do here is I can turn these two guys around, send them that way, turn these two guys around, send them that way. Tell these 3 blues, congratulations, you're going to inherit motorway number 1. Then tell these 2 yellows, you are now going to cut across the bottom there and look after that guy. That little yellow... Sudden what that I just yelled there. Let's solve that problem of having that layout like slightly better. Also got too many reds showing up at the top there. We've got to work out if we need to do anything with them. Save these 2 guys. Okay, so now let's get rid of this bridge as well. And let's see if it can survive with the 4 houses currently left to it. This yellow here, we can run across the bottom and get there. He's kind of a pain because it means that there's no more pinks that can actually get anywhere near that motorway that we've got. Yellow, you were just a attention seeker, aren't you? Okay, so let's get rid of that road. Congratulations, Blue Mess. You now get a motorway. Motorway is going to bounce into that roundabout instead of the other side, so it gets slightly closer to our other blue friend. Yellow here. I don't have any tunnels, but I can just turn that guy around. Oh no, he's actually helpful for this guy. Well, what we can do is we can get rid of this in its entirety, and then we can run these 3 guys up. Tiny little bridge that way. And then what we can do is we can run a split road there for that guy. Just clean that. Oh, actually what we can do is move that slightly out of the way so we can see. That was that, maybe. That red down the bottom's a problem. This here is a problem. So how do we solve that? Well, we can see that there's a fair bit of red. There's 5 houses here. There's 5 houses there. We can make that 6. Again, that's a messy little setup there. Enough roundabouts. Let's run a roundabout into there. And have another one just sort of come down this way. into there. So the guys from the top can get down here if they need to. There is another pink house. We did get someone extra for that support. Pink is looking pretty bad. Pink's where my problem is. I've actually got so many bridges that I think what I could do is just cut that there and let those two guys have separate connections into that. The thing is, I feel like every pink house is sort of in use. But you can see that, say, the 5 guys in the bottom here, there's no one at home, whereas there are guys at a lot of these back houses here. So what's a guy to do about that new blue? I think the suggestion there was that no one's even using this. So let's... No, not that motorway. The motorway back. I think these 3 houses. Yeah, houses. That's what they are. Let's just take the 2. They're so close, we don't even need them. Red up here. 2 reds down here. This network at the top, by the way, this section here, I'm so confused about who's using what. Like, where are yellow houses coming from to here? They're coming from that way. So that doesn't really need to go into the roundabout. That can go like that. There's no pink houses coming from this side, so that doesn't need to be a roundabout at all. That is just blue coming from there, going this way. These 2 blues can also connect into that, and we can get rid of this, because that means that that blue's now got 5. Okay. Red's a problem. We still have no reds in the south. We have a red there and 2 here. What we could do is connect those guys like that. And then just a tiny little outcrop there. Disconnect that, and then have this run to there. So there's 3 guys whose sole job is going that way. This guy, can we get a roundabout in here somewhere? Not really. This guy, I actually think his solution is going to be there. Okay, that pink up there is also struggling. You have this guy here. This guy here. If we cut this, I've only got the 1 bridge. I can't actually just sort of be frivolous in my bridge use. Get that guy to go like that. This guy, it's so crazy that this guy's the one that's doing worse. He's the one that got way more houses in that separation. Alright, there's another red as well, so that does help as well. These pinks at the top need extra help, but there's so... I don't think there's any unused pinks except for, say, this guy. I would love to separate those pinks out. I think that's what they need. But I just don't have another little, like... I could have possibly pulled the back half of these guys out. And in fact, I'm going to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 3 guys and I'm going to give them to this guy so that he's not sharing with the circular guy. There's this 1 house here. You can see that some guys not getting used there. So let's turn those 3 around. I'm going to take these 3 guys and we're going to disconnect that. I'm going to bounce this guy to there. This, if I can get a third house in this section here, I mean, possibly just the extra bridge means I can get this guy to, say, run up here and sneak in there. Then, you can see that how much both of those have really cleaned up. Then it kind of means that I actually think that what I could do is I could get rid of this motorway and give that to him. Because you can now see no one's coming from here. Like it's completely unused. So let's get rid of that guy. Let's put him there. And then we can turn these two guys back around for that guy. And then we're just sort of left with two unused pinks there. Seem like they're about to be needed anyway. Let's put them around about here. So this yellow is currently in a panic. Okay, so we've now got this guy panicking. What I want to do is I'm going to move that way and then turn these guys around. Give him a couple of extra houses. Oh, we've also gained a whole bunch more pink on this side too. But that guy's definitely covered. What we can do is we can get rid of that connection to that roundabout as well. And he can go there. So now the only person using that roundabout is red. His crazy little network. Okay, we need to address those two pinks here though. Got an extra guy there, so he can go up and help. I've got this one guy here, but I can't get him across. Then we've got one guy there as well. I don't have any spare bridges at the moment. Both of these guys are using everyone. It's not like this guy has like extra houses and this guy doesn't. You can see that absolutely everyone is in use, with the exception of this one guy that just doesn't have a path through. We've got this guy over here. We've got that. So let's turn this. Let's get those three guys to connect like that. And then I'm going to take these three guys. And using our last motorway, get them to go support one of these. The one that's worse off. You can also see that other guy here is not coping with his two only houses. Again, I don't have any bridges, so I can't just get this pink on this side to shoot across. What I really need. This again is where I feel like I'm one step behind where I need to be, but it is Sunday, so we might get lucky. Part of it is just that pink is, there's two bridges, okay. Part of it is just that pink's overflowing. This guy we can get to connect in there. Again, that's not really, like, he's going to create an intersection there. Can we get these guys to sort of cut further back so he's not an intersection? There's 5 guys extra support here. He's not any better off, so I'm not sort of eager to suddenly shift, like say make a connection between these two guys to allow those houses to sort of divide the workload. I reckon that would make it worse. But I'm going to give that guy a connection so he's got a third house. This guy is just an absolute nightmare of a traffic jam there, which is one of the bad things about doing what I've done there. That is a super close house that we've gained just there for everyone. And I could use him if he'd get rid of that bridge momentarily. Instead, let's just sort of slot him over to the other guy. Oh, this guy's going to go too. Going to lose that battle. Alright, almost 4,000. Which is actually better than what I did in the base version, but I guess I did have all my highways already ready and available and didn't need to use them all. We are the 1%. 24, so pretty good on that one. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.